Yo, good evening and happy first day of spring to the USA, all over the world, Canada, Long Island, aka Strong Island, plus the 5 spots of Brooklyn, Bronx, Manhattan, Staten Island, and Queens. I'm your man, G Money Stacks, aka Lonely Nomad, aka the Gregorinator, aka the Misunderstood Lonely Nomad, YouTuber, host with the most, the unstoppable independent podcaster, and rookie podcaster of Queens, New York. And you are now listening, tuning in, and rocking with the 19th episode of Excellent Fun Vibrant Podcast, the Sports Edition Show. And we got a jam-packed show for you today. First and foremost, if you missed any previous episodes whatsoever, any new and previous episodes, if you new listeners and new watchers in the YouTube universe, don't worry, I got your back. We are live and direct from StreamYard and the YouTube alongside with the Instagram live stream feed, which is on Instagram. Be sure you turn on your notifications on Instagram for Excellent Fun Vibrant Podcast, Meticulous Vibe Juice Podcast, and Off the Meat Rack Chains New York Podcast for important updates of new episodes when it's going to be dropping and the rest. So go ahead and grab the subscribe button on the Excellent Fun Vibrant Podcast Sports Edition YouTube channel page, and be sure you tap the noti bell so you can be reminded when the show goes in the air via live stream. Leave a like and a comment. Stay tuned for more video content, upcoming episodes, previous episodes. Tell a friend to another friend, and I will go over the audio streaming platforms on the go at the end of the show. All right. Now, as far as how I'm doing mentally, physically, and spiritually, you ask, I am actually doing all right. I did have some talks with some people when I was at work this past Friday in regards to the daylight savings time being permanent. Now, some people may like it and other people may not like it. So I don't know how to feel on this one. So it's kind of weird in a sense. But then I get people telling me about seasonal depression. But I'm like, you know what? That's another topic for my other show, Off the Meat Rack Chains New York Podcast. I ain't going to actually talk about that in a future episode of that particular show. Yeah. So that will be saved as a topic. So let's get into this show right here. Now we are gonna get into a little thing that I like to call the quick sidebar bleacher. No, the quick side bleacher bar. Sorry about that. Yeah, quick side bleacher bar. Now we're gonna make some noise for this right here. Hold on, I got something for it too. Hold on. Let's get into yeah. Let's use this. The quick side bleacher bar. And our first topic of the day and night, which has to do with what I've been hearing about this whole thing with Mayor Adams being criticized or whatever in terms of the whole crazy issue of the whole New York City vaccine mandate and stuff. So we're gonna get into that right now. So all right, so this is according to Bleacher Report. New York City Mayor Adams said he will not make an exception for Kyrie Irving to play home games for the Brooklyn Nets as the city begins to roll back COVID-19 vaccine mandates. In other words, if he was to do that, that would be fucking favoritism right there. And you don't want favoritism in your life as far as being a man and stuff. You know what I mean? You don't want that to happen. So there you go, right there. Um, Listen, I want Kyrie on the court. I would do anything to get that ring so badly. I want it. So there's so much at stake here. I spoke with the owner of the team. We want to find a way to get Kyrie on the court. But this is bigger. This is a bigger issue. Adams said Monday on CNBC, I can't have my city closed down again. It would send the wrong message just to have an exception for one player when we're telling countless number of New York City employees, if you don't follow the rules, you won't be able to be employed. That's not the right thing to do. And he's right. And he's right though. You know what I mean? New York City is planning to eliminate vaccination requirements for indoor facilities such as sports arenas and restaurants, which already started March 7th. And yeah, which already started March 7th. Um, yeah, March 7th. However, mandates for large employers in this city will remain in place, meaning Irving will still not be able to play for the Nets in New York for the time being. Under the relaxed rules, he would be able to enter Barclays Center as a spectator. Adams acknowledged the current rules, which allow unvaccinated non New York athletes to play in the city, but not unvaccinated residents, put the Nets at a disadvantage. I don't know who thought of putting such a ridiculous rule in place of unvaccinated away teams can come and play when our teams from New York can't, Adams said. But these are the rules, and I have to follow the rules. If I don't, I'm going to open the door that is sending the wrong message to everyday employees. Irving has steadfastly refused to undergo COVID-19 vaccination despite the issue causing him to miss numerous games and paychecks as a result. The Nets have been one of the NBA's most disappointing teams this season, thanks in large part to Irving's absence, which in turn arguably helped push James Harden over the edge to request a midseason trade to Philadelphia. Now, to Philadelphia, yeah. NBA Commissioner Adam Silver has also said New York's current rules do not make sense as it pertains to ensuring the health and safety of the players and spectators. No timetable for removing the mandate impacting RV has been set. Okay, look. Um, there's a number of things actually. There's a number of things that I can actually agree with and stuff. Um, so just hear me out for a second, folks. Just hear me out. Look, um, look, the past couple of weeks, you've been hearing so much about the whole New York City vaccine mandate and stuff. How it's not only affecting Kyrie Irving, but it's also affecting New York baseball teams like the Yankees and the Mets, which I will talk about that in a future episode. Um, but it's just look, there's no room. Like I said before in episode 10, there is no room for fucking favoritism. Okay, and shout outs to the guys from the Ain't Hard to Tell podcast to actually tell it like it is, man. And that's one of the reasons why I tune into their episodes whatsoever. So, you know what I mean? And I kind of feel as if and that's exactly what I'm going to go to the whole James Harden thing in a second. But the thing is, everybody's been saying that Irving has not really been much of a team player. He's just selfish, you know what I'm saying? And I'm saying And I'm saying it's not because it's Stephen A. Smith from ESPN has been saying it, but it's fucking true. Like, come on. And you and to think that I even asked the guys from the Breakroom Sports podcast if they think that the Brooklyn Nets have a chance to making it to the playoffs. And they said yes. But as far as like the finals and shit like that, that's going to be going on between May and June. It's a little uncertain right now. So it's kind of like a wait and see. So, you know what I mean? Um, so that's just my take on it though, man. Look, it's like in order for him to play, he has to do something very uncomfortable. And folks, stop painting him as this fucking hero. He's not a hero. If, like I said in episode 10 of this podcast, if he wants to be a fucking a person that's sticking up for the voiceless who lost their jobs or whatever, use your damn fucking voice, man. Otherwise, you're just being a fucking um wankster who is faking the funk. I hate to call it out like it is, but I'm sorry, but you cannot tell me, you cannot tell me that being barred, you cannot tell me that being barred from games and shit is actually gonna make you happy. It's not. This is not a fucking game. And this is coming from the same guy who said that the fucking earth was flat. You know who said that shit? Rapper B.O.B. Him and Kyrie Irving are a bunch of fucking idiots. You know good and hell and well that the fucking earth is round and it rotates around the damn fucking sun. So so let's not act like we're let's not act like it this whole coronavirus shit doesn't exist. This is about public health. This is not about your personal freedoms or any other type of shit whatsoever. It's not about any of that shit. And like I said, man, enough is enough of the fucking conspiracy theories that you heard on fucking YouTube or any other ridiculous sources in regards to alternative facts, which is not real facts, folks. It's not. You know what I'm saying? Um, so yeah, that's my take on that shit though. I'm gonna get to the whole James Harden thing and why he got traded. So let's do a little research on this shit though. Hold on. Um, okay, James Harden got traded because he wasn't happy with Kyrie Irving. Okay. Let's see. Let's see. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Okay. It's gotta be an explanation for this. So let's see. So the recent trade, which was last month, the trade that sent James Harden from Brooklyn to Philadelphia signaled the end of the Nets' Big Three era, seemingly before it ever began. Though the trio of Harden, Kevin Durant, and Kyrie Irving would ultimately share the floor a total of 16 times. The breakup wasn't as sudden as it may seem, rather a buildup of events over time. It wasn't exactly private either. Following the deal, NBA Commissioner Adam Silver had this to say of what led to the trade. I accept that there will always be conversations behind closed doors when teams are unhappy or players are unhappy, but The last thing you want to see is for these issues to play out quick publicly. Um, um, one of the things that I continue to do in my role is to think about ways we can improve the system. How did things get to the point of no return? A timeline of events shows that the writing may have been on the wall well before anyone on the outside may have realized. January 14th, 20. Well, wait. Yeah, this was last year. January 14th, 2021. After weeks of friction in Houston and a trade request, Harden is traded from the Rockets to the Nets as part of the four-team trade. February 2nd, 2021, Harden hits the ground running in Brooklyn, averaging 24.1 points, 12.0 assists, and 8.2 rebounds through his first 9 games with his new team. After recording his fourth Nets triple double in a win over the LA Clippers, Harden takes to Twitter to share a photo of Brooklyn's Big Three with the caption "Scary Hours." Of course, February 13th, 20 of last year, in a win over the Warriors, Durant tweaks his left hamstring in an injury, blah blah blah. And you know the rest. Let me see. There's gotta be something current. Okay. So certain current, okay. So let's start with January 5th. So after missing the first 35 games of the season, Irving makes his season debut against the Pacers, playing alongside Durant and Harden for the first time in exactly 7 months. January 12th, 2 nights after a confounding loss to the Trailblazers, Durant, Harden, and Irving shared the floor for what would be the 16th and final time. And as the Nets cruise to an impressive 26-point blowout win against the Bulls. January 15th, uh, Durant suffers an MCL sprain in his left knee that will sideline him for the next 4 to 6 weeks. Okay, fast forward to February. Um, in a confounding loss to the Kings, Harden scores 4 points on 2 of 11 shooting to go along with 12 assists, 7 rebounds, and 6 turnovers in 37 minutes of action. Um, it would ultimately be his last game as a Net. February 4th, Harden is sidelined with a hamstring issue, his first of 3 consecutive absences from the Nets as trade rumors loom. During this time, Brooklyn's losing streak balloons from 6 to 9 straight games. Sheesh. That's crazy. And that's gotta be crazy, man. And I hate to say this, but I hate to say this though, man, with this whole craziness. And I feel like James Harden wasn't happy because he was basically saying that he didn't sign up to be um not a part-time player. He was not signed up for this. But it seems like because Irving was allowed to play on road games as a part-time player, which has not been working for the Nets organization. I hate to say this though, man. And I hate to say this that they're about to be falling flat on their face. I had to play this so I can make my point. Like it's just beyond nuts right now, man. Um yeah. So let's see. Anyway, man. Let me see. Yeah. So let me see. Okay, so February 15th When being introduced as a Sixer, Harden says that Philadelphia has been his preferred destination since first seeking out of Houston. On his time in Brooklyn, Harden said the impact of Irving's status was very minimal, and obviously, me and Kai are really good friends. Whatever he was going through or is still going through, that's his personal preference. Yeah, right. But it definitely did impact the team because originally me, Kyrie, and KD on the court and winning covers up a lot of that stuff. But it was unfortunate that we played 16 games out of whatever it was. It is what it is. But being here in Philly is an opportunity that I'm looking forward to. Shit. Man, I tell you. Anyway, man, like I said before, man, like this is not a look. The world does not revolve around Kyrie Irving, man. He's not a victim in all this shit, man. He is already suffering the consequences into into um not being vaccinated and shit like that though, man. That's why he's barred from home games. He needs to learn a lesson. I hate to say it, but he already fell on his face already. Once again. And now all of a sudden we're supposed to feel sorry for him because he's butthurt because he's missing out on money and shit. Get out of here. Like, come on. Really? It's too late anyway. All right. All right. Let me move on to the next topic here. The next subject. So we're gonna get into a little thing. Let me just get to so let's see. Um so most recently a coach has been suspended for 5 games. And this has to do with Juwan Howard. All right, so this happened last month. As the Wolverines enter a brutal home stretch, they'll be without their head coach for the rest of the regular season. The Big Ten, in collaboration with Michigan and Wisconsin, announced Monday that it has suspended Juwan Howard for the next 5 games for his role Sunday's post-game altercation when he hit Wisconsin assistant coach Joe Krabbenhoff. Krabbenhoff. Oh my god. I'm sorry about that. So, yeah, I'm sorry about that, folks. Yeah, sorry about that. Um. Anyway, I don't know why this is like. Um. Why is this not closing? Anyway, Krabbenhoff. Oh shit. In the head and sparked a skirmish at the Kohl Center. That means Howard will miss Michigan's upcoming home games against Rutgers on Wednesday and Illinois on Sunday, as well as the rivalry rematch against Michigan State on March 1st, the home finale against Iowa on March 3rd, and the regular season finale at Ohio State on March 6th. Man, why? Okay. He'll be able to return to the sideline for the Big Ten tournament, which starts on March 9th in Indianapolis. In addition to Howard, Michigan's Musa Diabate and Terrence Williams II, and Wisconsin's Jacoby Neef will be suspended 1 game each for throwing punches in the scrum. Of course, if you will. Um, yeah, of course. Let me see. Following Sunday's 77-63 loss, Howard said he took exception to Wisconsin coach Greg Gard calling a timeout with 15 seconds left when the Badgers were up by 15 points. At that point, the Wolverines had multiple starters on the floor, and the Badgers had emptied their bench with five little used reserves. Michigan was still playing defense. Guard called it a press, and Howard called it man-to-man pressure. And Wisconsin was struggling to get the ball past half court. Guard explained he he didn't want to push his players in a bad position, so he took the time out to give his team a full 10 seconds to advance the ball instead of the 4 seconds it had left after the ball was knocked out of bounds and out run out the clock. What the hell? Why is it down here? Anyway, um, they can do that and play the game all the way out. Guard said, "We did not. Um, no, excuse me. We did the same thing by taking the time out to help my players get organized." When the two coaches met in the handshake line, Howard let Guard know he didn't like the late timeout. That's when Guard, in an attempt to offer an explanation, grabbed Howard's arm and stopped him from walking by. "I think that was very uncalled for him to touch me," Howard said. "There wasn't cause for that when we were talking. At that point, I thought it was time to protect myself." Things escalated from there as Howard and Guard exchanged words and both sides started jostling. Um, Howard struck Crabben Holt in the face with an open hand, and a scuffle broke out with several players throwing punches. Unfortunately, it ended up like that. "I didn't like it being that way," Howard said when asked about his players joining the fight. "But you know what? I respect our young men for saying what they're saying as far as we are a family, truly. But I did not want it to be in a situation where it escalated like that. But it did. And now Howard must pay the price for his post game behavior, and the Wolverines must forge ahead for the next couple of weeks without him." Okay. Yeah, I ain't got nothing to say on that one. So let's go on to the next one. Move on to the next subject, which has to do with Dwayne Johnson, aka The Rock. Okay, so um here's what we have here. Here's what we have here. If Yeah, here's what we have here. Um okay, here's what we got here. So if I don't know anything, let's see. Hold on a second. Um Give me a second. Give me a second. It was something that came. Hold on, folks. Give me a moment as I take a sip. Stay with me. Um, he launched Project Rock. Wait a second. Hold on a second. Um, oh wait. Yes, that's right. Um, that's right. So the XFL is joining forces with the NFL, the Football League, owned by Dwayne The Rock Johnson and his business partner Danny Garcia, has entered an R&D partnership with the NFL. According to Variety, the deal is designed to expand the game of football. XFL training camps have a January 2023 target date for opening and will operate in studying the game of football. End quote. We are extremely pleased to collaborate with the NFL in these important areas, said Garcia. We are bringing forward an XFL that is progressive and forward thinking when it comes to innovation, leveraging the newest technology to enhance game day experience. We have an open field for innovative rules to enhance in-game access, sharing insights and practices between the XFL and NFL will do a tremendous um, amount of good for the game of football and support the player ecosystem overall. Um, hold on. Let me find out what the XFL thing stands for, so I could fill you guys in. Um, hold on a second. What does XFL stand for? Okay, hold on. I got y'all. So basically, hold on a second. Wait a second. So XFL stands for X Fun League. Okay, X Fun League, or is it? So let's see. Um, no, hold on. It stands for Extreme Football League. That's what XFL stands for, Extreme Football League. So there you go, right there. Um, all right. So so let's go to um. All right, here we go. Here we go, right here. All right. The XFL has shown us that innovation is one of its core principles. We are hopeful that this relationship will support further development and improvements in the game of football at all levels, said Troy Vincent, the NFL's executive VP of football operations. Um, okay, Johnson acquired the XFL for 15 million in 2020, which is pretty solid actually. This is interesting right there, man. For him. Um, this is pretty interesting. Um, yeah. So round of applause, man, for The Rock for acquiring the XFL and partnering with the NFL right here. All right. Next subject we're going to be talking about here is also in football talk, has to do with the excuse me, the USFL. Um yes, the USFL has to do with yeah. So here's what this is going on here. So the excitement continues to build up for the April 16th start of the new United States Football League. And now we're just 1 month away from games kicking off. So here's everything you need to know about the new USFL. How many teams will be in the league? How will the league be formatted? There will be 8 teams in the new USFL, split into two divisions, North and South. Each team will play a 10-game schedule with teams in the same division playing each other twice and teams in the other division once. Um, the top two teams in each division will play against each other in the semifinals, followed a week later by the championship game. What are the teams, you ask? In the North, the USFL will have the Michigan Panthers, New Jersey Generals, Philadelphia Stars, and Pittsburgh Maulers. The Birmingham Stallions, Houston Gamblers, the New Orleans Breakers, and Tampa Bay Bandits. Oh wow. Oh wow, that's crazy. The 8-team league will hold a player selection meeting. Of course, it happened already in February 22nd to the 23rd, and training camps will open on March 21st. Each USFL team will carry a 38-man active roster, plus a 7-man practice squad, and players will receive base compensation and be eligible for victory bonuses. Um, how do the rosters look at this point? Over the past few weeks, all 8 USFL teams participated in the inaugural um, USFL draft, followed by the supplemental rounds to help fill out each team's roster. When will the season begin? The 2022 USFL regular season will begin April 16th and run through mid June, followed by the playoffs. The first game will feature the Generals against the Stallions and will kick off at 7:30 Eastern on Saturday, April 16th. That game will air on both Fox 5 and NBC, um, making it the first scheduled sporting event to air on competing broadcast networks since um, Super Bowl one in 1967, which was shown on both CBS and NBC. Hmm. Um, and they said on Twitter, be there for the inaugural USFL game on April 16th. Tickets for USFL Generals versus USFL Stallions are on sale now. So you could go to wait, I don't know, and they got a link. I don't know if they have a what. Oh wait, so the first game played in any new league it is itself historical, and having the USFL's inaugural games simulcast by NBC and Fox makes it even more so, said Fox Sports CEO and executive producer Eric Shanks. It's rare when two competitors can come together and see how cooperation can lead to long-term benefit. Tickets for the inaugural game are on sale at Ticketmaster.com. So the tickets um are $10 for adults and for kids. Yeah, hold on. And for free for hold on a second. Let me read this right here though. So tickets are $10 for adults and free for kids under the age of 15. Details about tickets for other games will be announced shortly. Of course, you can check out Ticketmaster.com for tickets. And what will the uniforms look like? The USFL unveiled all 8 teams' uniforms on Thursday, revealing one every hour, starting with the Birmingham Stallions. Now, where will regular games be played? In the inaugural season of the USFL, all 8 teams will play in Birmingham, Alabama at both Protective Stadium and Legion Field. Protective Stadium, as they said on Twitter earlier today, we officially welcome the USFL and USFL Stallions to the Magic City. We're counting down the days until the league's inaugural game is played right here at hashtag Protective Stadium. April 16th, here we come. Birmingham is one of America's most dynamic and welcoming cities with world-class facilities highlighted by the state-of-the-art Protective Stadium, now home to the USFL, said Edward Hartman, USFL Executive Vice President, Business Operations, located downtown. It's within walking distance to the hotels where players will reside and many other amenities. We can't wait to make football magic in the Magic City on April 16th when the hometown Stallions take on the Generals to kick off the inaugural USFL season. Um, where will the postseason games be played? So USFL playoff games will be played in Canton, Ohio, at Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium, a 20,000 seat facility adjacent to the Pro Football Hall of Fame. The semifinal contest will be held Saturday, June 25th, featuring the top two teams in each division. The USFL championship game will be played Sunday, July 3rd. Um, so yeah, we're excited to play our first playoffs and championship game at Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium, said Edward Hartman, USFL Executive Vice President, Business Operations. It's a beautiful stadium with all the facilities necessary to host um, football at the highest level, and we look forward to crowning our first champion in the shadow of the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Who are the USFL head coaches? Jeff Fisher, Michigan Panthers, and Larry Fedora, New Orleans Breakers, were the final two of the 8 coaches announced last month. They joined Skip Holtz, Birmingham Stallions, Kirby Wilson, Pittsburgh Maulers, Mike Riley, New Jersey Generals, Todd Haley, Tampa Bay Bandits, Kevin Sumlin, Houston Gamblers. You got a gambling problem. Oh shit. And Bart Andrews, Philadelphia Stars. I don't know why they came up with these weird names for teams, but anyway, the son of legendary coach Lou Holtz, Skip Holtz, has 22 years of experience as a college head coach and a coaching resume dating back to 1987. As an FBS head coach, he guided his schools to 12 bowl appearances in 16 seasons, posted 11 wins over Power 5 programs, and notched 8 conference or divisional championships. He has been head coach at Connecticut, East Carolina, South Florida, and Louisiana Tech. Um, Wilson is a head football coach for the first time in his 36-year coaching career. He comes to the USFL with 24 seasons of experience as a running backs coach in the NFL with 8 different franchises. He has also worked as an assistant at several colleges, including Wyoming, USC, um, Wyoming, USC, and Wyoming, USC, and Iowa State. Wilson played at Illinois after transferring from Pasadena City College. He also played 2 seasons in the Canadian Football League as a defensive back and kick returner for the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. Blue Bombers and Toronto Argonauts between 1983 and 1984. Oh shit. This is fucking laughable, folks. Oh man. He has been head coach at Connecticut, East Carolina, South Florida, and Louisiana Tech. As an FBS head coach, he guided his schools to 12 bowl appearances in 16 seasons, posted 11 wins over Power 5 programs, and notched 8 conference or divisional championships. Hammer time. Oh man. Wilson played at Illinois after transferring from Pasadena City College. He also played 2 seasons in the Canadian Football League as a defensive back and kick turner. No, excuse me, returner for the Winnipeg Blue Bombers and Toronto Argonauts between 1983 and 1984. Sumlin posted a 95-63 record in 13 seasons as head coach at Houston from 2008 to 2011. Texas A&M 2012 to 2017, and Arizona 2018 to 2020. He was twice named the Conference USA Coach of the Year between 2009 and 2011, and was SEC Coach of the Year in 2012. A new league like the USFL provides opportunities for coaches as well as players, and I'm very excited to have this opportunity to be a head coach at the professional level, Sumlin said. I love coaching football players. It's in my blood, and there are many athletes who are hungry to play high quality football. I can't wait to build my team and work with them this spring. Riley boost 27 years of coaching experience, 10 in the NFL and 17 in college, including stints at the helm of Oregon State, 1987 to 98, 2003 to 2014, and Nebraska, 2015 to 2017, as well as serving as head coach of the then San Diego Chargers, 1989 to 2001. Okay. I'm excited personally to coach people at the level because I find them to be very hungry, Riley said. Almost all of them had really successful high school careers and college careers, and they get into a league like this because they love to play and they want to get better. That combination right there is one idea in general that just makes it really fun to coach. Haley spent 22 seasons in the professional ranks, including 3 as the Kansas City Chiefs head coach, and served as offensive coordinator for the Arizona Cardinals 2007 to 08, Pittsburgh Steelers 2012 to 17, and Cleveland Browns 2018. Okay. This is a tremendous opportunity for me to get back into coaching at the professional level, Haley said. It's been a while since I led a team on field, and I've missed it. It's also rare that a head coach, as it was once put, gets to pick all the groceries. He picked all the groceries. Oh shit, and fixed the meal. Oh wow. um, wait, hold on a second, man. I forgot I had a laugh. I forgot I had a laugh. Thing, man. Hold on. Let me just play that. Let me just play that shit. Yeah. Yeah, man. Man. Oh man. Yeah, this is going to be a lot of fun, and I expect the fans to enjoy the competition. Well, not the groceries and fixing the meal part, but hey, Andrew's experience as a head football coach includes the time with NFL Europe's Amsterdam um, Admirals between 2001 to 2007, the CFL's Toronto Argonauts 2009, and the Omaha Nighthawks of the United Football League 2012. He served as an offensive assistant for the Tennessee Titans from 1997 to 98 and 2008, and the quarterbacks coach in 1999 before returning to the NFL in 2013 to be an offensive assistant with the St. Louis Rams. Um, I'm really looking forward to getting back on the sidelines and coaching a team that I have a hard, no, excuse me, a hand at creating from scratch. Andrew said, there are terrific people who I have a lot of respect for, um, working to develop the USFL, and I expect the quality of football we present to be first rate. I can't wait to get started. Who will oversee the new USFL? Okay, so Brian Woods, the founder and CEO of the Spring League from 2017 to 2021, and a co founder of the new USFL, will serve as the league's president of football operations. Three-time Super Bowl champion and former Dallas Cowboys fullback Daryl Moose. Moose, oh shit. Oh man, Johnston. Oh man, Moose. Oh shit, that's just something else, man. Oh shit. Will serve as an executive vice president of football operations, joining the new USFL as head of officiating is former NFL vice president of officiating and Fox Sports NFL and college football rules analyst Mike Pereira. And Fox Sports Edward Hartman will serve as executive vice president of business operations. We are extremely fortunate to have this extraordinary team of experienced executives to guide the new USFL's development as we move forward. No, excuse me, towards launch this spring, Shank said. What about the officials, you ask? On Tuesday, March 15th, the USFL announced the league will employ 35 officials, 32 of whom are members of the no, excuse me, the NFL's officiating development program that provides opportunities for college level officials who are ready to advance to professional football. The USFL will have 5 crews of 7 officials: a referee, umpire, down judge, line judge, field judge, side judge, back judge, with 2 crews each working 2 games on any given weekend. Strong backgrounds in college football are represented as 33 of the 35 USFL officials have worked in Power Five conferences. Of course, ACC, Big Ten, Big 12, Pac 12, and SEC. The all inclusive USFL officials roster is also noteworthy, including 16 people of color and 4 women. The USFL will have the best officials, not currently in the NFL, said Mike Pereira, USFL head of officiating. Our association with the NFL officiating department clearly serves the USFL by supplying officials who are ready to call games at the highest level, and it also benefits the NFL by providing professional game experience for those who are just a step away from working Sundays in the fall. In fact, I expect several officials calling USFL games this spring to officiate the in the NFL later this year. Um, what is the USFL's partnership with strategic education? Interesting. The USFL is partnering with Strategic Education Incorporated, a leader in online education, to offer its players and league staff a tuition free, debt free college degree program. Wow. Hold on a minute. Hold on. Let's make some noise for this shit, though, man. USFL players and staff can enroll at Strategic Education's Strayers University and Capella University, both institutionally accredited universities that support working adults in achieving their academic goals. Staff and players will be able to undertake tuition free coursework online through Capella University or online and in person at Strayer University, giving them the flexibility to pursue associate bachelor's or master's degrees in business, healthcare, IT, and education, among others. That's pretty dope right there, man. I gotta say that's pretty dope right there. No, yeah, and that's pretty dope though, man. You know what I mean? and and yeah, that's pretty dope, man. So USFL will be premiering on April 16th. Of course, on it's going to be featured on both channels, which is NBC and Fox. So you know, keep it locked to your TV. You know what I'm saying? Um, let's see. What else can I talk about here? Um, what else can I talk about here? Oh, Kevin Durant. I want to save the Mountain Dew part for last, so let me just get into this right here. Um, I want to hang on a second, folks. I need to take a look at something. Um, I need to take a look at something. Just give me a sec. Um, okay, let's go to. Give me a second here. Give me a second. Give me a second here. I'm sorry. All right, let's go to. So let me make sure I didn't miss anything. Anyway, man, I'm gonna look at the. I'm gonna I'm going to actually look up the thing right now. Actually, so right now, okay, so in case you guys may or may not know, um, I'm actually trying to look up the name of the episode of 19, so just give me a second here. So the name of the episode is Excitement Stuff to Celebrate. That's why I actually named the episode Excitement to Celebrate. So there you go, right there. Now, Kevin Durant. All right, so a day that began with New York City's new health coordinator saying the mandates that have kept, excuse me, that had kept unvaccinated Kyrie Irving from playing in Brooklyn will be in place indefinitely, and continued with Nets coach Steve Nash adding um, more mist to the murky circumstances concerning Ben Simmons' back injury finally was headed for the gutter. But after a gutting first half, the Nets' lone superstar and best shooter rescued them Friday night after a grisly first 24 minutes in which the Nets allowed 75 points to the abysmal Trailblazers. And Nets rallied behind Kevin Durant and Steph Curry and were able to excel after a 128 to 123 victory at Barclays Center. The eighth place Nets 37-34 are now 1.5 games ahead of the Hornets and Hawks in the Eastern Conference and moved to 2.5 games behind the seventh place Raptors, who lost. But the Nets' fifth win in 6 games should have been far more comfortable against the tanking Trailblazers 26-43, who have lost 9 of 10. We didn't come to play a significantly, no, excuse me, a slightly hoarse, Nash said, while adding he was a little upset at halftime. Um, we were just lucky that it was we're just lucky it was sorry about that, folks. Sorry about that. Yeah, we were just lucky that it was good enough to win the game. Hold on a minute. Hold on a second. Okay, the Nets were down by 13 points at the half, trailed by as many as 18 in the third quarter, played a little defense, and committed 21 turnovers. But perhaps the best player in the NBA, who also is one of the best marksmen, can make up for a lot of mistakes. Durant was sloppy. He finished with 8 giveaways that he acknowledged put the Nets in a bind, but he also was superb in scoring 38 points. He went 4 for 6 during a um, third quarter in which the Nets finally woke up and then passed the reins to Curry, whose big fourth quarter helped him finish with 27 points, his most as a net on 9 for 14, shooting 7 for 11 from 3 point range. Curry, who missed 3 games with a left ankle sprain, showed how much the Nets have missed him. I didn't want him to play that much, Nash said after the shooting guard logged 37 minutes and 49 seconds. I also didn't want to lose the game. As Friday dragged on, there was frustration, a technical call on Andre Drummond and the Nets bench. There were chappiness, no chippiness, yeah, chippiness, and there was a run that brought the Nets back from a huge hole. The Nets were down 82-64 with 10:40 left in the third quarter. Um, when they began mounting their defense and offense. They were frustrated and jarring at the refs, and they allowed their anger to manifest into points. They ran off a 32-12 spurt to put themselves back in front, capped by a Durant three-pointer that gave the Nets a lead they did not relinquish. Um, hmm, yeah, relinquish. Um, we just upped our intensity and we slowed them down a bit, Durant said. Young, energetic team like that, you got to match their physicality and their energy. The Blazers tied the score at 101 all early in fourth place. No, excuse me, the fourth quarter when Durant was resting, but Curry took over. He drilled a pair of threes as part of a 10 zip jolt that gave the Nets the edge. Portland made a late run, but Nick Claxton's tip in with 21.4 seconds left was the difference maker. The Nets' 39 points in the third quarter clinched the game, but they were still upset about those 75 first half points from the Blazers, who were shooting 60.8% from the field at the break. I think I was lacking energy in the first half, said Bruce Brown, who tried to take responsibility for the poor effort and rebounded in the second half, totaling 17 points with 7 rebounds. Um, Five Nets finished in double figures, but the game was about Curry and Durant, the superstar whose vaccination status and healthy back allows him to carry the Nets. Earlier Friday, Dr. Ashwin Vasan, the new health commissioner, said there is no end in sight to the New York City's private vaccine mandate, which prevents the unvaccinated Irving from playing home games. Irving's absence would be easier to stomach if the Nets could rely upon Simmons, but he continues to be sidelined with a back issue. Nash could not provide any updates on Simmons' timeline while mentioning an MRI exam that had not been revealed previously. Durant needed a sidekick in Curry, but whenever the Nets needed a bucket for 3 quarters, Durant appeared. He went 11 for 15 from the field and added another 14 points from the free throw line. His third quarter 3 pointer finally put the Nets over the top uh, with a 96-94 lead, and they never looked back. This was a trap game, said Nash, who said Nets were ensnared until they escaped. Okay, so congrats to the Nets who actually won the game. Actually, man. Anyway, so I guess we got one more. Hold on a second. Let me see if I covered everything. Yeah, I did cover everything. So that means we got one more topic to talk about, folks, and this has to do with Mountain Dew. Here we go. Here we go. Um. All right. So Mountain Dew has announced the addition of a new roster of athletes ahead of the NCAA tournament, just in time for the frenzy to begin. The Mountain Dew Spark Squad is a group of ballers with personalities as distinct as Dew's flavors and the capacity to enthrall a stadium full of spectators in an instant, even simply by coming off the bench. These unsung heroes, which include Iowa State guard Carter Booth, Arkansas um, Razorback Razorback guard Razorback Avery Hughes and Baylor Bears. Baylor Bears. Oh shit. Baylor Bears guard Andrea Tramados. No, Catramados. Excuse me. Um each have a special mission this March If they score during any tournament game for their team, Mountain Dew will dump a truckload of free dew on their campus for the entire school to enjoy. I'm so excited for the opportunity to partner with Mountain Dew during the best month of basketball. As a new member of the Mountain Dew Spark Squad, I hope all of your Razorback fans on campus are ready for grab some dew when we catch the W, said Avery Hughes, Arkansas. I'm thrilled to partner with Mountain Dew and finish the season on the Mountain Dew Spark Squad, said Bayer Bears guard Andrea Catramados. Bears, get your game faces ready and help cheer us on so we can bring home the trophy and some refreshing Mountain Dew to celebrate with. I'm pumped to join the Mountain Dew Spark Squad and bring the flavor of dew to campus after we take home some W's this March. Iowa State, get ready to bring the noise and enjoy some Mountain Dew on me, said Carter Booth, Iowa State. Yeah, yeah, let's make some noise for this shit right here, man, for Mountain Dew. Let's make some noise, man. And I'm gonna add some explosions too, man. This is some fire shit. Yep. And an applause. All right. Let's see how much time I got here. Okay, that's gonna do it for episode 19, titled Excitement. Let me just get the title right of the episode first though, man, before I forget. Sorry about that. Um so yeah, you like what you heard in today's episode 19 or any previous episodes whatsoever. Um Please feel free to show some love by making a charitable donation to my Cash App, which is G Money Stacks 555. That's $ capital G lowercase MONEY capital S, lowercase TACKZ, 555. Once again, it's not about breaking the bank. It's about doing the best you can on whatever amount of money you decide to choose to donate will be appreciated. So the title of the episode today is Excitement Stuff to Celebrate. Yeah, we talked about the celebration in terms of Dwayne The Rock Johnson. We talked about how there's not going to be any favoritism to Kyrie Irving, according to Mayor Eric Adams. He kept his composure because he's only worried about 9 million people. He's not worried about Kyrie Irving. He also has a deadline to actually figure out what he's going to do about the New York City vaccine mandate by March 31st. So because baseball season is around the corner, and I want to give an update on the Yankees and the Mets opening day. So the Yankees will start playing April 7th, and the Mets will start playing their opening day um April 15th, not the 14th, April 15th. All right. Yeah, so there you have it right there, man. Excellent stuff to celebrate. All right. So anyway, what we're gonna do, I'm gonna actually go into a segment right here. Hold on a second. I want to actually get to because I'm not gonna get to do the the uh the podcast free free game mechanism segment today. I'm gonna actually do that next time, maybe in my other shows, probably. But I am going to give this time to um I'm gonna give this time to actually uh um this time to stream choices on the go. And you guys know what this is, man. This is where I actually tell you where you have to actually where you can listen to the podcast episodes, of course. And I'm actually going to actually mention that you can follow the show Excellent Fun Vibrant Podcast on Instagram with alongside with Meticulous Vibe Juice Podcast. And my other show, which is on Facebook and Instagram, Off the Meat Rack Chains New York podcast, alongside with myself, which is G Money Stacks 555 in Queens, New York. Be sure you turn on your notifications, all right, so you can be reminded. Of when I'm going to be on Instagram Live and StreamYard and YouTube on the air. So there you go, right there, and 17 Live G Money Stacks Queens, New York as well. So um, all right, so what we're gonna do, we are going to go to where you can listen to the episodes. I'm going to get to it in a sec. Hang on a minute. Um, all right, there we go. Now, um, like I said in previous shows, I did add a way for you guys to actually, leave a voice message on whether you guys got questions, topic ideas for the sports podcast that I'm doing, along with any topic ideas. If you'd like to be of course a guest on this show right here in regards to sports, we you are more than welcome to actually go to the link on Instagram that says Linktree/ Excellent Fun Vibrant Podcast. You're gonna see the name of the show on there. You click on there, and it's gonna take you to the to the to the page on Anchor.fm, and it's gonna have a button where it says message on there. You click on message, and it's gonna have you record your message of your ideas, your questions, whatever you have on your mind or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Um, so speaking of Anchor, um, I'm going to say a few um links and apps where you can subscribe to the shows on which includes be sure you subscribe to Anchor, um, Audible, Audacity, Amazon Music, Breaker, Castbox FM, Deezer, Listen Notes, Moon FM Podcast, Player FM, Pocket Cast, Podfriend, Podorama, Podopolo, Podcast Addict, Podcast Index, Podchaser, Podverse, Reason FM, Spotify, Stitcher, TuneIn Radio, Google Podcasts. Don't forget to leave a 5-star rating on Podchaser, Podfriend, and Spotify as well. And make sure you subscribe to the podcast on Radio Public. Make sure you follow on iHeartRadio, the number one app for music, radio, and podcast. And last but not least, the YouTube. Make sure you grab that subscribe button so you could be um reminded, and include the noti bell so you could be reminded on the time when the show goes on the air via live stream, which is every Sunday at 6 on YouTube, StreamYard, and of course Instagram Live right here. Make sure you leave a like and a comment alongside with the topics, and and the episodes. Be sure you stay tuned for more video content, upcoming episodes, previous episodes, and of course, make sure you tell a friend to another friend, share the videos, share the episodes, download the episodes, and of course, make sure you share the podcast along with the link that says Linktree/, excellent fun vibrant podcast. All right. And also, I want you guys to follow somebody that's doing the Break Room Sports podcast. He goes by the name of Scorpio P, but his YouTube channel is Mr. Filliams. I'm gonna pull this up. I'm gonna pull it up right now so I can get it right though. Hold on. Let me pull this up so I can let me pull it up. Um let me pull this shit up. Let me pull this shit up right now. Um Hold on a minute. Let me pull this shit up right now. I'm sorry. Let me pull this up. Okay. Mr. Filliams. Okay. Wait a minute here. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Um Hang on a second. I didn't want to forget. Uh Sorry. Anyway, man. Like I said, man, make sure you guys tune in every Sunday um at 6 p.m. Make sure you tell a friend to another friend and make sure you spread the word. Be sure you remind them of when the show's gonna be on the air. You know what I'm saying? So there you go right there. Um so let's see. Um Hold on a minute here. Yes, it's Mr. Filliams. I want you guys to go subscribe to the YouTube channel, Mr. Filliams. All right. That's where you can see all the episodes on YouTube right now, though. Um, and make sure you press the noti bell so you can be reminded when the Breakman Sports Podcast is going to be on the air. And I believe it's I'm not sure what the day is, but be sure you tap the noti bell so you could be reminded when the show goes in the air via live stream. All right. And as I said earlier, in regards to the recent podcast, the recent show that I was listening to, and I want you guys to check out Ain't Hard to Tell podcast. All right. Yeah, make sure you check that out. It's by Dexter and Brian. Um, they know how to tell it like it is. That's one of the reasons why I like their podcast because they tell it like it is, man, as New Yorkers and stuff, and what's going on behind the scenes and stuff. So, you know, and you can follow them on the gram as well. Ain't Hard to Tell podcast on Instagram as well. You can follow them on there as well. Hold on, let me pull up their Instagram so I can actually make sure I get it right. Just bear with me here. Um, okay, so okay. Okay, so their username on Instagram is AHTT podcast. That's AHTT podcast. Ain't Hard to Tell podcast. All right. You can listen to them on Spotify. You can watch them on YouTube and wherever you get your podcasts right there. So there you go, right there. So yeah. That's gonna do it for me, man. I'm G Money Stacks. Thank you very much for listening and tuning in and rocking with me on the 19th episode. Excitement stuff to celebrate. I will see you guys in the next episode. And please be mindful of the people you surround yourself with. Also, be mindful of public health, which is very important. You know what I'm saying? Don't be like fucking Kyrie Irving who don't fucking care about other people, man. And he plays the victim. Don't be like this guy who says that the earth is flat, which is not fucking flat, by the way. The same statement that B.O.B. said years ago. So and for the simple fact that he doesn't believe in science, which indicates to me that this is just a dumb fucking idiot, okay? Anyway, man. Anyway, man, I just had to actually stress this out though, man, because I feel like, the fucking conspiracy theories and shit has got to fucking stop, man. It's not about it's not your it's not about your privacy. It's not about your whatever freedom, whatever you want to call it. I don't mind having a choice, but in certain situations, especially with the slandemic going on, with the amount of mutation of the diseases of variants and stuff like that, like you just gotta be mindful here, man. It's not about you. It's about public health. And of course, take care of your loved ones, especially those um who are, you know, your wives, your husbands, your boyfriends, your girlfriends, your friends. Make sure you reach out to them. There is no good time to reach out to people and all that other stuff. So it's all about following your mind, your soul, and your heart alongside with instincts, because common sense is not fucking common. So we all know that right now. So anyway, man, I'm off this shit. I'm out of here, man. I'll see you guys next time in the next episode. Um I will be back with a new episode next Sunday. And in 2 weeks, I will be talking about what's going on behind the scenes with the situation between the Yankees and the Mets. I will talk about it in 2 weeks, which is episode 21. So stick around for new episodes. And if you miss any previous episodes whatsoever, be sure to do some catching up on the episodes on YouTube and audio streaming platforms. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you like. Make sure you comment. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you comment on the Instagram live feed and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So there you go, right there. So yeah. So I'm out of here. Make sure you tune in next Sunday, 6 p.m. Same time, same Man Cave Bat channel. All right. Peace and one love, and have yourselves a good night. Enjoy the first week of spring, everybody.